Alright, and welcome to another episode of the In the Hot Seat podcast. And in this week's episode, I will be talking about WWE Extreme Rules, and it actually felt like how it's supposed to be, and where we had every single match be extreme, and basically having a match stipulation for each and every match was really refreshing to be able to see that. So I'm actually gonna get right down into it. And the kickoff, we didn't have anything just but talking for the whole hour, so really no matches on that. Maybe they'll make a change to that. I know we saw one kickoff match last time, so I don't know if that's once in a while or if they're gonna bring that back, or maybe change things and have it be like 30 minutes instead of an hour of talking, since that can be kind of, again, repetitive basically on that. So nothing really happening there, but where we had started things off with the six-man tag, the Donnybrook match, basically being able to see the Brawling Brutes and dealing with Imperium on this one, and I was really looking forward to it, where we had basically it was like a fight at a bar basically between the two teams going to war, and basically felt like a fight more than anything else. And it really didn't matter who would win on this one, but I'm actually happy that the Brawling Brutes were able to find a way to stop Imperium. I think this would be really interesting to see this as a War Games match, since War Games is coming back at the Survivor Series. That would be really dope to actually see that as one of the War Games matches. I can see that happening, but that remains to be seen. So really awesome start there, and we did see some of the signs of the White Rabbit again, dealing with whenever they're going to be able to show up. Who is it going to be? I will get into that later on. I'm really excited to talk about that, so just bear with me when it comes to who was the White Rabbit after all. Then we get into the SmackDown Women's Championship match. This was an Extreme Rules match where we had Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan on this one, and Liv Morgan basically channeling in their Harley Quinn, which was really cool. They get more serious and everything. She had the baseball bat, and we did get to see some basically weapons use on this. We saw the table getting involved, and Liv Morgan losing to Ronda Rousey. I really didn't want to see that happen, but Ronda Rousey was able to get the SmackDown Women's Championship. I would have loved to see Liv Morgan keep the title a little longer, but I don't know what's going to be happening from here, so we'll see what happens with the feud possibly continuing, I'm sure. And Liv Morgan didn't really tap out with a submission. She just basically gave up, and she gave that kind of like a 6 mile, like she's gonna want some more out of Ronda Rousey and want the title back, I'm sure of that. So we'll probably see them go at it, maybe at Crown Jewel and definitely at Survivor Series, so I can expect that for sure. Then we had the strap match, Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre. Of course, Scarlett being able to get involved as much as she could. She really wanted Karrion Kross to win at all costs, so she did anything that she can. So whenever Karrion Kross did something, she encouraged it. Whenever Drew McIntyre did something, she did something to basically try and stop him as much as she could. In this one, I felt like they deserved a different stipulation match, maybe like a steel cage or Extreme Rules match. I felt like the strap match didn't really suit them too much on this, so I would like to see more between the two, even though the build up and everything else was really cool added to it. Drew McIntyre didn't get the win, but Karrion Kross was able to get the win, and we had the spring by Scarlett, and I didn't really need that. At the same time, I felt like Drew McIntyre should have also gotten his win, so it was really one of those 50-50 things where it could have went really either one. I don't tend to say that a lot, especially lately when it comes to matches and everything, but that's how intriguing things have been. Also, where we had the Raw Women's Championship on the line in the first ever ladder match for the women for singles. Actually, we seen the Money in the Bank, but this is for basically a singles match. So being able to see Bianca Belair and Bayley be able to go at it. For a long time, we didn't get to see Damage Control, but after a while, they did come out and try to help out Bayley as much as they could, but that basically backfired. I thought Asuka and Alexa Bliss were going to come out. They didn't really come out and help out Bianca Belair. She was able to hold her own and actually retain the Raw Women's Championship, so that's really awesome to see that, and I'm glad we were able to finally see this feud actually get more underway since last time. We tried to get to see the feud be able to continue more. That was before Bayley was able to get hurt and everything, so I'm glad we were able to see more out of these two even more lately. So that's what happened there. Also, where we had the I Quit match, Finn Balor and Edge, I really enjoyed everything, how it basically planned out and how things happened. These two going out to the crowd and everything before the match basically officially getting more underway. So that was really cool to be able to see the brawl and to see. It was really tough to see who would make each other say I quit. We did get to see the rest of the Judgment Day actually get involved, like Rey Mysterio coming out and evening the odds and everything. Beth Phoenix actually showing up and having a face off with Rhea Ripley, which is awesome. I really want to see that singles match at some point. So I wasn't really too sure who was actually going to win this one, but Finn Balor actually was able to get the win. Basically, the Judgment Day holding off Edge and being able to deal with Rhea Ripley basically taunting Edge while trying to attack Beth Phoenix, and she still did it anyway, which was crazy as a savage that she really is. So I can definitely see a mixed tag and as well Rhea Ripley dealing with Beth Phoenix at some point. So Finn Balor and the Judgment Day stacking the W's up, which is really cool. They've been the most dominant that I've ever seen them, and that's how it should be. So that's been really a treat. So I really like what the Judgment Day are doing. And then we had the Fight Pit making its debut on the main roster, having DC, Daniel Cormier from the UFC being special guest referee, which is really cool. So I know a little bit about the UFC. I've been watching for quite some time, so it was really awesome to actually see DC be able to be a part of this. Basically, no ring ropes, and it's like the steel cage, but then it has like a path walkway on top and everything. If you've seen it most recently on NXT during the pandemic and everything, there's only been like 2 matches, so I wasn't too sure how the live crowd was going to handle it, but they handled it very well, and it seemed like they were just excited to see it in person. So I feel like it's going to be a mainstay. I wouldn't mind seeing this done for the women at one point. So most likely we'll probably see it at Extreme Rules the most, or if a feud gets really serious and they want to finish something off, they can actually have that happen. So I definitely see that having it be a mainstay. But Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins were able to do everything that they can to try and stop one another. Seth Rollins paying homage to RVD with his ring attire, which is really awesome. Matt Riddle was able to come back and actually get the win over Seth Rollins, and I thought that was basically going to be it after a while, but just when Matt Riddle was celebrating his win, the lights went out, and we were able to see who the right rabbit was, and we were able to see, of course, Mercy the Buzzard, Huskers the Pig, and his little sister Abigail. So if that didn't give it away, we were able to see Bray Wyatt come back, and I wasn't too sure if it was going to be the Fiend version or Bray Wyatt, so I ended up being Bray Wyatt, and he didn't get to have his like full entrance, but we did get to see him and see stuff in the Firefly Funhouse. We were able to see that. It was basically all destroyed and everything, and then he was able to make his entrance, and really cool to be able to see him come back. So I'm sure we'll see stuff from him as early as Monday, and to see what he's going to be doing next and who he's going to be feuding with. So we're going to really truly see the vision of Bray Wyatt under Triple H and the Triple H regime, so that's going to be really well worth it. So that was Extreme Rules. I thought it was good, definitely for sure, and it felt like Extreme Rules as it should be each and every year, each and every match, basically some sort of stipulation match. So those are my thoughts. What are yours? If you watch it on the video version, be sure to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. as always, and as well leave a comment on what you thought about for Extreme Rules if you want to continue that discussion. Also on Twitter for the podcast. We are, of course, on Twitter and as well for Instagram if you want to be able to talk there, and the Facebook fan page. So we're a little bit of everywhere as well. So that's it for this week's episode of the podcast. November, I'm going to be doing a lot more. I will try probably do the Jurassic World review as well as the Camp Cretaceous review all in one. Probably this month. I think that would be really cool. Something for that. I'd be able to drop probably maybe around Halloween time. I would like to actually do that before this month ends. So I would like to try and have that out too as well. So there's that to look forward to. A lot more wrestling reviews for next month where we have Survivor Series, Full Gear, NWA Hard Times. So a lot to look forward to for that. So basically, giving out thanks for having be Thanksgiving month for that time for November. So a lot of upcoming stuff to look forward to. But until then, I'll catch you guys next time for the In the Hot Seat podcast.